Welcome back, guys. So this story is about indicators and control modules and ECUs. So I think I had a look at this bike, or I would say maybe 3 months ago, and his right indicator, I think it was the rear, it wasn't working. The right rear indicator wasn't working. So he'd bought some new resistors and he'd bought a new indicator relay. No, not a relay, sorry, an LED. One of these aftermarket lights there. He bought another one of them, or a pair. And then got me out to figure out why the new one wasn't working. So I tested the circuit, and obviously with it being quite a modern Ducati, you have to plug in with Texas, and it says rear right indicator, fault. So through some investigating, I figured out that the wiring on the left, if we put that to the indicator on the right, that light works. And I checked the front, and that was working. The front right and left were working, the rear left was working. Anyway, long story short, the owner had these indicators fitted. I think it was 2 years, he said at the time. So he's had these LED indicators fitted by a friend, and he's fitted like resistor blocks basically to counteract that flash and fast situation which you get with some bikes, because you've fitted, you've gone from a filament bulb to an LED, the resistance is wrong. Anyway, that was the idea. Anyway, it worked for a little while, and then obviously this rear right packed in. Oh, there's my phone, bear with. Right, so yeah, so he got me out, have a look at it, figured out there was a problem with the rear right, and we couldn't fix it on the day. So I said it's got to be, because the wiring from here to, I can't remember what module it is, but the module up the front, the wiring from there to there was okay, because we got a plug out from up here which connects from the module to here, and I did a trace basically to make sure the wire was good. I mean, you could see there was some voltage there, but it wasn't enough to light the LED. Anyway, this is going to become really boring if I don't explain what the cause was. So, fitted a resistor, which is, from memory, I think it was 15 ohms. The front right original indicator, 75 ohms. Now, he doesn't have the original LED rear lights, indicator lights for this bike. So we did a little bit of simultaneous sort of like detective work. I went online and looked up, I think it's actually in the handbook, believe it or not. We found it in the handbook. The LED resistance was actually written in the handbook, and the customer had also rang Ducati, and they said that the LED should be 75 ohms. So the 75 ohms for the front is the same as the 75 ohms for the rear. Anyway, so what's happened is he's fitted these indicator resistors, and in combination with the LED light, the resistance was like 15 ohms overall. It was about 12 or something with the working one. So what I'm thinking is that he has fitted these, and it's okay, it worked for a period of time, but for whatever reason that extra current that's gone through that circuit has damaged the relay. But as with all things Ducati, it's not a relay, it's actually, I think it's actually one of these displays up here. It's one of these two, because I did some research, I did a lot of work behind the scenes for the customer, working out what it was back then. I spoke to a few guys on, if any of you watch Superbike Surgery, I spoke to a couple of guys on there, mentioned it to them, and I think we all came to the same conclusion. It was something to do with one of these display modules. So customers got me back, get the bike to your workshop and figure out what's going on. Basically doing the same thing again, but making sure that we're absolutely certain it's that up there and nothing to do with the wiring. So he wants me to do a full sweep of the wiring from there to there. And before I start going into it, I did think at the time that as a hack or a bodge, whatever you want to call it, we could take the wiring from this LED indicator and use it as like the signal for like a relay basically. So a normal on-off relay, use that signal because it doesn't need much current to trigger a relay that would turn on the right rear indicator exactly the same time as the front, you know, on off with that relay. So that's why I suggested to the customer it would have cost, you know, an hour's labour and a couple of relays and a bit of wiring to go from there to there, but as you can imagine, he doesn't want that, he wants it fixed. So we're here, and I'll get into the nitty gritty in a minute. So we've took the tank off, and the rear right indicator wiring here just checking our meter is on the right setting. So we're testing from continuity from this wire all the way up to this plug connector, which controls, well, the control comes from this screen. So I think it was number 3 on the bottom. Which way was it? It's like on the back edge.
Yeah, they're green there.
Yeah, it's white and green.
It's up at this end.
Is it?
There.
Yeah, so there's good continuity between that connector and the rear right indicator. So we can do the same for the white and black wire. So if I go on the white and black, see if you can find that.
That one.
It should be right next to it really, that's how they design it. Well, we know this one works anyway, because this indicator works, the other one doesn't. Which means that the indicator mechanism inside this control module is kaput. So what we'll do is we'll connect it all back up and we'll show you that the left indicator works and the right one doesn't. Right, so we've just rewired the indicators left side and right side. Don't worry about the wiring just yet. So we're going to show that the left one works, so the light's down here working, and then I'll flip to the right one and it shouldn't be working, so it's not working. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off, go to the left one, and then I'm going to join the left one to the right one, and then the light should start flashing. And that's just to prove that the light works. Oh, they're both not working now. Must have disconnected something.
You need to flick it over.
Yeah, it's... Is it not lighting up?
Nope.
No? Right, okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll connect that indicator to the left wiring completely. I think it's not happy about sharing the ground. So I'll just quickly hook all this up so we can show that it actually works the light. So you want the left wiring, right, so the left wiring should be working the right light even, and it's working. So that light works. So I think we've established that the fault is in with that unit there basically. We turn the indicator on the right, it doesn't work. The right indicator at the front works, so it sort of says to me that there's a independent circuit for, you know, front right, rear right, and the other two. So it's going to be an expensive part, I think. Anyway, that's it for now, guys.